everyone, here we are. We are in Washington, D.C., just outside of the Capitol, the Congress, and the Senate buildings. We have spent the last, 3 days
yeah.
walking the halls of Congress and the Senate and introducing ourselves and trying to develop relationships with different members of both houses to move forward with reform. I'm so excited about this process and about the venture that I'm heading on, and I'm looking forward to continuing this effort to get justice and accountability and reform for LaVoy. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, this has been a fascinating experience. We started out 3 days ago, right?
We're
so tired.
We are technically challenged right now, people.
Because we're so tired. This has been an incredible experience because here we are in the heartland of the federal government. It's the legislative branch. We spent the last 2 days, we spent the last 3 days introducing Jeanette to how the system works here in Washington, D.C. Started out in the Senate. She got to meet with Senator Cruz and Senator Sass. We went to numerous legislative offices to get connections, and we met with numerous different, like Ben Wilson from Senator Cruz's office.
I'm really encouraged. With where we're headed. I'm really excited about the different people that we were able to communicate with. And in Congress today, we were able to meet with.
We met with Congressman Russ Fulcher from Idaho. We met with Congressman Higgins from Louisiana, and we went to numerous congressional offices throughout the complex. And I think that one of the observations that I have is that our layer cakes federal system, it was validated to me in this journey, and that is that the need for a separation of governments, not the elimination of governments, but the separation. And let me explain real quickly what I mean by that. And Jeanette, correct me if I'm wrong, which I know she will.
And that's funny. Yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah, is that first of all was the high school kind of atmosphere that I experienced and observed. There's a lot of young folks, and I'm looking at how do you put this into all exact words, but I'm looking at the youthfulness of Congress and all of the young people making the deals.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, to me that validates the need for the separation of governments, because these young people don't have the experience to back up the policy and the negotiating that they're doing here in Washington, D.C. that are going to affect people like the Finicums back in Arizona, or the Hammonds in Oregon, or the Bundys in Nevada, or you name it, whatever state you're from. So that's one of my observations that I took away from this trip.
One of my observations was that it's going to take this is a long-term game. This isn't about coming here once and talking to a few people and expecting miracles to happen. It's not. We do not control the House. We do not. And so this is a long-term effort to be able to get some reform, to have the definition of domestic terrorist modified, changed, reduced. I mean, it is in need of some real serious debate and change, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And we're standing out. We keep pushing the wrong button. Sorry, people. We're standing out here right now, and we're getting rained on. It's beautiful and
it's
green.
It's green.
Thou shalt not covet, right?
Right. Well, I think the beauty is that Jeanette got an opportunity to talk with different folks. Of course, they were all young people, except for the few Congress people that we got to meet. But the beauty of learning the system is that you get to identify all of the gatekeeping that's involved, build the relationships, and making sure that your points are on task. What is it that you're trying to accomplish here at the federal level, in the state level, or any level of government? You have to be clear, and it can't just be cliche. You have to be very targeted, on point, and specific, because you got to realize up here in Congress, these young people every day, they're getting thousands of people coming into that office, and every one of them is just as important as the person who came in or after them.
And that's right, and they have to filter through all of us that are coming with our needs or desires or reform that we're searching for. And Dixie, did we get enough time with the representatives? I see your question in front of me. No, we didn't get enough time with representatives. The ones we actually visited with and sat in their offices, absolutely. They gave us a lot of their time, and I was really, really thankful for that. But for all the doors we knocked on, no, we're dealing with the first, second, third layers before you even get to the congressmen or senators. So this is a long-term effort to develop these relationships, to come in and to be able to be civil and have debate, not coming in clamoring and yelling and just, you know, we want to be grown up about this process. Oh look, there's a little squirrel. He's coming. He's gonna come and say hello.
Hello, Mr. Squirrel.
Can you see it?
Yeah, squirrel. Yes, that's right. Hello, Mr. Squirrel. He's like, give me some food. Do you have
Look
some
at that.
food for me?
He wants food.
That's right. Well, it's kind of like, you know, here we are about to leave after 3 days of doing this, and my takeaway is my appreciation for our layer cake federal system, the need to ensure that the boundaries are very clear and distinct. And the other is that you have to learn the layers in the system. You have to realize, folks, this is not a short game. This is not a quick fix. This is not an overnight thing. It's a long-term game. So don't come in expecting things overnight. Come in with a plan that's going to last for a lifetime.
And come into the game. Come help us create reform, and come help us develop these relationships with our elected officials so that we can make long-term, long-lasting change that is needed for this republic to remain.
Absolutely. All right.
We're pooped. We're tired.
I was so tired. You should have seen us dragging down the hallway. I mean, we both look like Laurel and Hardy dragging down the hallway, and people were just like looking at us like, you guys okay? We're like, we're stinking tired. So hey, you know what, that's what it takes to keep the republic. You got to drag yourself down the hallway as tired as you are for the sake of freedom and liberty for all persons.
That's right. Love you guys. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. Come join us in this game.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys on the trails.
Bye.